Hey guys, welcome back for a Blu-ray and DVD update, a collection update. I got a number of things that came in over the past few weeks that I got behind doing this because of the October Horror Challenge, but so I have a few things to show and some news, quite a bit of news. Let me kind of run through the news pretty quick here. First up, Wake Forest is playing Syracuse. Let's hope that Wake Forest can crush Syracuse. A little college football today. Now, as far as Blu-ray and DVD releases, let's take a look here. So I made some notes. Of course, the biggie is the Fritz Lang silent film collection that's coming out from Kino. I can't wait for that. That's a mandatory purchase from my standpoint. I think I mentioned this in the last update. Second Sight is putting out a limited edition Blu-ray box set of Willard and Ben. I've already ordered that. That looks great. Code Red is putting out some interesting titles. They've got the original camera negative of The Sadist, Arch Obler's Sadist, and Arch Hall, I think. And they're going to release The Sadist on Blu-ray. Then we've got Scream Factory coming out with Night of the Seagulls. Xbox happened to mention that to me yesterday. It doesn't show what kind of special features or anything on it, so I'm eager to see kind of what they're going to add in terms of special features. And the other puzzling thing is, why wouldn't they just do a box set, Blu-ray box set of the whole Blind Dead films? I'm not sure I understand that, but I'm very curious to watch how that unfolds, particularly with regard to the special features. Trilogy of Terror, the Karen Black film from 1975, I believe, is getting a Kino Blu-ray release. Now, there's a bunch of sales going on. Obviously, you've got the Criterion November sale, but Vinegar Syndrome is going to do their Black Friday sale in the next couple weeks, and it will include 2 limited edition horror film releases. We don't know what they are, but I'm looking forward. Watch the Vinegar Syndrome site carefully for that, because they're limited editions. Satan's Cheerleaders is getting a Blu-ray release. Code Red is also coming out with The Being, 1983's The Being. Another Code Red release is Slithus. Slithus is going to get a Blu-ray release from Code Red. And I think all of those you can pick up on the Ronin website. Kino's releasing 1980's Night Kill. And then we've got Cult Epics coming out with Death Laid an Egg. That'll be a good one. I love trailers, and the trailer trauma releases from Garage House have been fantastic. Well, they're coming out with a 4th one, and that is Trailer Trauma 4, Television Trauma. That's probably going to have to be a must purchase as well. Mondo Macabro is coming out with Blood Splattered Bride. I think that's the first week of December. And it's going to be in one of those limited edition red cases. And then don't forget, I mentioned this before, the Amicus box set, Blu-ray box set is on its way. That's a must-have too, I think, unless you just want to pick up the individual titles. Like the Beast Must Die is in there. So that's a little bit of the news that I perused over the last few weeks. And let's get on with the pickups. First up, I finally got in my cult copy of Lucio Fulci's The Devil's Honey from Severin. And this has an interview with Brett Halsey, interview with actress Corinne Clary, I believe. Interview with the producer, an interview with the composer, and of course Stephen Thrower is going to be on here. He seems to be on everything lately. It does not have, as far as it does not look like it has a commentary track. But that looks like a nice release from Severin. Can't wait to check that out. Next up, I've picked up the Evil Ed Arrow release, the limited edition. kind of late to that party, but I finally got my copy. Now here's a film that I don't know a lot about. I'm trying to collect all of the Frankenstein films that and this one is I'd never even heard of. It's called Terror of Frankenstein from Genius Entertainment or Wellspring. Apparently, from Leonard, I don't know how much we care about Leonard Maltin, but Leonard Maltin seems to think this is the most faithful adaptation of the story. It looks like an Italian film. Leon Vitali plays Victor Frankenstein. I have never heard of this. So if anybody knows about Terror of Frankenstein, I'd be curious to know your thoughts on it. I did jump on the Vinegar Syndrome October package, and so I got, most people have seen this. This is the so you got the two films by Roberta Findlay, Prime Evil and Lurkers, which should be cheesy fun. Now this has this is a new 2K scan and a commentary track by the director Roberta Findlay. We've got isolated soundtracks, theatrical trailers. It doesn't look like all the special features are for Prime Evil. It doesn't look like there's a. It doesn't look like the Lurkers has any special features. So that's yeah, that's Roberta Findlay. Pretty bad cheesy stuff. I hope it's all right. I've never seen them. Then I got another Roberta Findlay film. This is A Woman's Torment. And this one has another 2K, it's a 2K scan and a commentary track and a Q&A with Roberta Findlay. That ought to be interesting. Wow, that commentary, the Q&A is from 2017. Of course, Roberta Findlay is known for doing snuff. She was a part of that. Then I picked up these beautiful lenticular cover cases for Blood Beat. That is, I have to admit, that is a very nice cover. It's really thick too. Now Blood Beat has, it's a 4K scan and a commentary track with the director, interviews, video interviews. Looks good. I don't know if I have never seen it, so I don't know how good it is, but the Vinegar Syndrome treatment was very nice on it. Now here's the Demon Wind lenticular. And Demon Wind has a 2K scan, a video interview with the producer Sandy Horowitz, Sherry Lee interview with the actress Sherry Lee, cinematographer interview, audio interview with the editor. So this is another one I think that boy, these slipcovers are really nice and thick. This is not a particularly good film. I've seen it on YouTube, but the special features is what I was mainly focused on there. And then I got a copy of The Corpse Grinders from Vinegar Syndrome. So this is, I tell you what, these Vinegar Syndrome slipcovers are the nicest slipcovers I've seen to date. I mean, these are kind of like the Arrow, the thickness of the Arrow box sets. Corpse Grinders is a fun movie. Ted V. Mickles. And this is a 2K scan from the 16mm. You've got an audio commentary. And an archival interview with Ted. So yeah, Corpse Grinders. This is one, I think Corpse Grinders is probably Ted's best film. And I got in 3 box sets over the last few weeks. First up is this beauty. George A. Romero's Between Night and Dawn, the Arrow box set. And this has got a booklet. Well, it's more than a booklet, it's a frickin' book. It looks like this is, wow, let me look at that. I mean, this is a pretty comprehensive book on Romero. I'm glad these finally came out. These are three, well, aside from The Crazies. Season of the Witch I've never seen. But yeah, this is a nice book. So you got The Crazies. You've got Season of the Witch. I was looking to see if there's an audio commentary. It's a 4K restoration. There's an alternate extended edition, 104 minutes. And a retrospective by Guillermo del Toro, in conversation with George. That's good. No audio commentary. And then there's Always Vanilla, which I've never seen either. This is the first time on Blu-ray. There's Always Vanilla. A satire on 70s American society. Never seen it. This has a documentary and interviews and producers with the producers John Russo and Russell Strainer. It's also got a special feature, Digging Up the Dead, the Lost Films of George Romero. Location gallery with audio commentary by George Romero historian Lawrence de Vincents. So yeah, that looks good. Oh, that's not good. I hate it when those things are loose in there. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo. Well, these little trays are not too good. So yeah, that's the George Romero box set. I'm assuming everyone that's watching this has already got it, or at least got it on order. I think this is, given the fact that we've lost George Romero, this is a must-own. Now, next up is the Arrow release for The New Battles Without Honor and Humanity. If you have the original Battles Without Honor and Humanity, I watched that. I watched the entire set. It's fantastic. Highly recommended. After watching those films, I had to have The New Battles. This is 3 films. Last Days of the Boss, The Boss's Head, and then New Battles Without Honor and Humanity. So yeah, that's I love those films. It's fantastic stuff. And once again, Arrow does a fantastic job with the release. Comprehensive book going over the films. Can't wait to get into that. And finally, last but not least, I got my indicator box of Hammer films. This little slip on it. Many of you probably have watched my videos know I'm a huge Hammer fan. I mean, Hammer to me, well, Hammer is my favorite as far as gothic horror. I grew up on it. It's what really got me into horror movies. Christopher Lee, Dracula, Peter Cushing, Frankenstein. Those are the films that I really cut my teeth on. That made me the horror addict that I am. So it's great to have these on Blu-ray. And I tell you, Indicator is doing a fantastic job. I really like what they're doing with these releases. This is pretty much will cover all regions. It's a UK company, but it's playable on region A, B, or C. And this is a limited edition box, by the way. So you've got The Fanatic. Let's see, and we've got an analysis by Hammer expert Jonathan Rigby. Bunch of this is just loaded with special features, honestly. Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I really like that. Damn, gone, and you got a book on that too. Look at this. Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. tell you what, Indicator's blowing it out of the water here. Each film has its own book. And it's a very thick book, too. The Gorgon. The Gorgon gets a little bit of hate because of the cheesy rubber snakes, but I mean, it's got Christopher Lee in it. Come on, man. It's Christopher Lee. You can't beat it. Extensive book. Let's check out this alternate artwork here. And the paper for the insert is really thick. They put a lot of time and effort. Indicator put a lot of time and effort into this release, you can tell. And then Maniac, which has of course this one was written and directed by Jimmy Sangster. Maniac, this is of course this is not the Maniac of the 1980 slasher film. Again, it's got Jonathan Rigby giving an overview. Yeah, just a lot of special features. 32-page limited edition. I guess these booklets that you get, if you wait, I assume if you wait and don't buy the limited edition box set, what you're probably missing out on is these limited edition booklets, which this is 30-some pages. So between these between these 4 films, there's booklets total are probably 120 pages on Hammer Films. Great stuff. I love what Indicator's doing, and I don't think where would I be without this release as far as Hammer. This is great stuff. Well, that'll do it for my collection Blu-ray DVD update, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.